into each other.
They were
Let's be fair.
about to suck, dude.
They were really into each other. And we're live. They just see Dick, and it translates to Ricardo. That's Richard in Spanish.
What is dick in Spanish?
Dick?
Yeah, like penis.
Pene.
Pene?
Yeah.
Like pene pasta.
Pues vamos a ver cómo estamos, gente. Espero que estéis todos bien, estéis sanos y a salvo. Venimos calentitos hoy. Mira, tengo a Brit aquí y la voy a enseñar un poco de rock de Argentina. Some Argentinian rock.
Sounds
In
great.
fact, it's because I know you partake in the metal every once in a while. Mm-hmm. You know, you like bands like Gojira and then All My Music.
Not metal.
Not metal. But this, I don't know. I know like the emo metal is definitely not your thing, and the emo rock is definitely not your thing. But I don't know if we've ever discussed power metal.
Let's go.
Because I used to be into it in my early teenager years, but then I kind of grew out of it because it was too much. Yeah. And all that stuff.
The vibrato.
Yeah, that vibrato, you know, and you know Louis and the vibrato. Mm-hmm. So we got Rata Blanca.
Rata Blanca.
That's white.
White rat?
White rat.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say white mouse.
I'm getting close.
And this is going to get like, and you know power metal, it's normally very fantastical.
Yeah, operatic.
And yeah, and storytelling too. And so we got the legend of the mage and the, how do you say Ada? Fairy. The legend of the fairy and the mage.
Okay.
Yeah, so we might be hopping on some horses and just galloping through the middle, what is it? The Middle Earth? Or the Middle Age?
Middle Earth?
Middle Earth,
That's
right?
Lord
That's
of the
the Lord of
Rings.
the Rings, right?
Yeah.
So let's do it. Let's nerd out here.
Or Narnia.
Or Narnia, yeah. Just get out of that closet, you know what I'm spraying? All right, vamos a darle caña. Woo-hoo! He just nailed it right away.
When did this come out?
I want to say it's 80s,
Okay.
big time. Because we did a reaction to last year to Mago de Oz. Remember that?
Mm.
And then we saw Carlos from Sober in the music video. So this is one of those bands that were probably a big influence on that band.
Okay.
Yeah. They like been pretty influential. And the guitar player, his name is Walter Giardino, I'm pretty sure. Big. Do you remember the Swedish guy Yngwie Malmsteen?
Yes.
Yeah, that just plays like gazillion notes at a time and just drives fast Ferraris. So this is the Argentinian equivalent, basically. So it's gonna get pretty gnarly. I don't know if he drives the Ferraris around Argentina, but he definitely can play all those notes. Interesting too. It tends to happen a lot in power metal and even in like stoner rock and stuff like that. But you can feel the song in two different time signatures. You can feel it in 4/4, or you can feel it with this like triplet vibe and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But you can also be like
His guitar, like every man with Hey Jude is playing air guitar.
widdly widdly
I
wah.
think that is for him. I love it. He's hitting every note.
Oh, he hit more than every note.
He hit extra notes.
Yeah, he hit extra notes on top of every note
Notes
already.
that never existed before.
Yeah, for me, the impressive thing, regardless of like the amount of notes that he's playing to, is like when you hear when he slows down and he plays like a bend or he applies vibrato to the notes, he does it in a very tasteful way and in tune as well. Because that's for me, like when you really separate like the guitar players that have been like playing for years and have the experience from the more amateur ones, regardless of technique. But it's the notes in between the frets, the bends, the vibrato, because that's where frets are like auto-tune. That's where you really can see like, oh, okay, this guy, he knows what he's playing.
That's a good assessment.
Let's keep it rolling. But yeah, that was a long solo too. That was like a song within a song.
I will say I am paying a lot of attention to the music video itself because you know me, I like practical effects.
Yeah.
So I really enjoy
Oh yeah.
the visuals of it too.
Baby. Yeah. I can't even reach
can't
that.
do it.
Yeah. I can't.
So I don't really know this person. Do they still sing Play Today?
I'm not sure actually. I want to say that Walter keeps doing his thing. I don't know if this singer is still in the band. I honestly have no idea.
I'm always curious if this is in the 80s, how his voice is
Yeah.
then compared to now.
Yeah.
Because typically it has to go to a much lower register the older you get.
Like
Yeah.
old Axl Rose.
Yeah, you can't sing in your 60s the way you did in your
No.
20s. None of us can. That's just impossible. Okay.
Unless you're like, what's his name? Like from Bon Iver. Because you're so smooth and like soft with your falsetto.
Yeah. He's coming into his voice.
Yeah. But you can't do all that. Yeah. That is because I think they have another song called El Talismán, if I'm not mistaken. And I think isn't that the same in English?
Talisman?
Yeah. I think it's a Duolingo. No, one of those words that means the same thing in Spanish
Yeah.
and in English, I think. So maybe that's the title of a new song for myself.
Yeah,
So it works in both languages.
exactly.
Bada bing, bada boom. So what do you think?
Loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like me some power metal.
You do? Mm-hmm. Oh, snap. Well, we might have to get into some gremlin power metal too. Yeah, because there's some Mexican bands too.
Oh, now
that-
we're talking.
That there is one singer, I forget their name now. It'll pop up. I know it. But the singer, I mean, he's one of the more impressive ones that I've ever seen that goes like up there. Yeah. But yeah, they were like a beginning, and I mean they were like pioneers in this genre for like I would say like the whole like Hispanic world and Latino world and Spanish world too, just everywhere.
I like their vibe. If they were playing today, I'd watch them
Oh yeah,
live.
no,
I think
same
they'd be
here.
really fun to watch live. They sounded great.
Same here. The interesting thing too, because I'm gonna show you some videos later too, because we haven't really, other than Indio Solari, the one that had like whatever 500,000 people in his concert, one of the first videos we did together, is the level of musicianship like in Argentina is, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Like, because it feels like there's this pocket of just like, and it didn't, because I never heard of a lot of these bands even when I was in Spain. So it just stays in Argentina. But like, there is an insane level of musicianship from like being able to play crazy technical things to just being like extremely creative and just writing stuff that is like extremely original and so outside of the box. It's really fascinating.
Yeah. Don't sleep in Argentina.
No.
Amazing. We want to come visit and eat.
Yes, please. we'll come and live there.
Yeah.
Please. Pero nada, si sois nuevos al canal, darle al suscribir, si os mola el vídeo, darle al me gusta para esos algoritmos, dejarnos recomendaciones en los comentarios y nada, si tenéis 2 minutos de vuestro tiempo, está por ahí abajo pesado.co, está ahí la Sociedad Melómana, si os queréis unir y apoyar el canal, está ahí también la tienda de merchant, si queréis pillaros algo guapo, nos podéis invitar a un café, we like coffee a lot, y nada, nos vemos en el próximo vídeo. See you later, alligator.
Bye.
Bye.